Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review here for another Dragon Ball Z movie. This one is the 1991 film also. I guess it came out a few months after the previous Lord Slug masterpiece. This is a pretty good one called Cooler's Revenge. Now you may wonder, who is Cooler? Well, he's not in the original series, just like many villains from the movies like Lord Slug and so on and so on. But he's one of the big cool ones that I used to love to play as in the video games like Budokai 3 and Infinite World. He rules, man. And the next film also happens to have him in it as well. He's even better there, but I'll get to that in a moment when I review that after this review. Cooler's Revenge is basically about Frieza's brother, who witnesses in the beginning of the film, in a prologue almost, Bardock getting killed with all the Saiyans by Frieza, and a spaceship of a little boy named Goku flying by that goes straight to Earth. Now they know that he's going towards Earth, and apparently over the years when Goku and Frieza had their fight, and Goku killed Frieza, this is post Namek saga and whatever, Cooler and his henchmen decide to rush to Earth to go kill the guy who killed his brother. But wouldn't he know that, like, King Cole and Frieza are around? And that Frieza's, like, half cyborg now? In my brain, I always try to fit this in before they found him and put him back together and before Trunks came back. But it doesn't really matter, one way or another. Who cares? Anyway, Cooler's Revenge basically is about Cooler, the brother of Frieza, getting revenge on Goku. And it's a blast. Yeah, it's like a lot of these films where they start off with kind of like Tree of Might, a camping movie. The cast of characters are out camping or whatever, and Goku all of a sudden gets attacked by Cooler and his henchmen. Mainly the henchmen first go after these guys, and things devolve into the usual of fighting out in the woods, but this is the first of the movies to have a true Super Saiyan in it, being post-Namek Saga and post-Frieza Saga. Now this film, I think it's beautifully drawn. I think it's very colorful compared to the previous films, especially Lord Slug, which is a very grim, dark movie. And this film has a couple of darker moments too. This is when Gohan is still a little boy, and it has a very colorful palette to it, and I think it really enhances the movie. For whatever reason, it just does. It looks really good. It has a good soundtrack going for it. The animation is smooth and nice and stylistic. Like I said, it's not as stylized as something like Lord Slug if you happen to love that movie more like I do. But it's good. It's a really above average movie that I think anybody who's a Dragon Ball Z fan who hasn't heard of Cooler, dude, you need to take your time out and go watch this and its next film, Return of Cooler, which I think is even better than this. That's one of my absolute favorites of the franchise, probably my top 5 of the movies I've seen and reviewed so far, and pretty much from my childhood nostalgia list. This one is fantastic. I've watched this movie a million times, just like I said in my previous review for Lord Slug. Pretty much every Dragon Ball Z film from this point all the way to Fusion Reborn, I've seen God knows how many times. I could recite them from memory because of how much I love them so deeply. But I do love how this is a more laid-back film in the beginning. It's only 45 minutes long, and the pacing is perfect for it for the most part, too. And the henchmen are kind of dangerous. There's this one guy who, like, can make, like, a lightsaber out of his arm. It's like a small sword, you know? It's pink, and he's like a blue guy with blonde hair. And it's pretty rad, dude. I love the sound effect for that sword, dude. The sound design has always been good on Dragon Ball Z. I don't care if we're talking about sound effects or the actual design itself from the old show and what I've seen of it. I haven't seen much, like I said in my reviews for the movies, the Dragon Ball movies. From the sound design of those sound effects they had all the way till now, when Dragon Ball Z, in my opinion, really perfects it and really gets it right 100%. It's just a blast, and it's fun to listen to as well as watch. You know what I mean? But this film was awesome. Cooler is a fantastic threat. There's a reason friends of mine, when I was a kid and I, like I said, played video games like Budokai 3 and Infinite World, and we played the hell out of Cooler on those games because of how badass he is. He is an absolute threat, and I would argue, if we truly killed off Frieza in Dragon Ball Z, you could argue that Goku and Cooler himself are some of the biggest threats to ever have to fight. Cooler is possibly a bigger threat than Frieza, being the big brother, and he has another transformation aside from the transformation he and Frieza. You know what? Frieza's final form is kind of called his final form in the Big Namek explosion saga when he does the 100% power and his arms are humongous. He looks like Brock Lesnar Frieza. When you go away from that, you have one step ahead of a new transformation. I think he said it was transformation number 4 or something like that, which made no sense to me in the context of this movie when Cooler's talking to Goku. That bigger transformation, it's pretty awesome, man. He gets like a mouth guard, as you can see from the picture on the poster that I have for the video, and I love it. And it's great. I really enjoy the film quite a bit, and like I said, the music for the US broadcast film is pretty good. I think it has Drowning Pool in this movie as well. It says Deftones and Disturbed are in this movie as well. I don't think it played anything like Stupefy from the Lord Slug film, which was badass, but the music fits really well. Like I said, I recommend if you're into kind of American 90s grunge music, this is the version to listen to, the VHS version or the US broadcast version, whatever you want to call it. If you have the DVDs, go to the settings on the setup menu and do that. It's pretty awesome, man. I wonder if they still had the copyright to be able to do that on the DVDs. I don't know. But Dragon Ball Z Cooler's Revenge is a blast. I recommend it highly if you haven't seen it before. You will probably love it if you've never seen these films. This film, and like I said, its better sequel, Return of Cooler, are really a treat for people who have never seen them. So anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. Let me know all your thoughts about Cooler himself and this movie down in the comment section down below. Is this your favorite? Is it your least favorite of the movies of Dragon Ball's history? I'd love to hear all that down below, too. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.